Hey everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be discussing the information released recently on the Italian tech tree and giving my opinions on it. There will be footage of various Italian planes running in the background, as you can see. The first one is the MC200 Series 7. I am doing this recording over the top of some video footage that I've recorded. I've got roughly half an hour worth of footage. It's not great, you know, get a few kills, that sort of thing. It's not excellent footage, I just needed something as background, and I thought, what better to use than Italian planes? So, right then, I'm going to have to do this on my phone, so you may have to bear with me. Luckily, I already have the page up. Here we go. Right. So, I am reading from the Italian Aircraft and War Thunder Update 1.69. This is from 2 days ago. A little bit late, I know, but real life catches up with you. So, from the top, in the nearest major update we plan to separate Italian aircraft into a standalone research tree. Meet the new War Thunder nation, Italy. In War Thunder Update 1.69, Regia Aeronautica, besides new ground vehicles and aircraft for existing nations, we plan to separate the Italian aircraft from the German tree into a standalone nation. Besides updating models of the existing Italian vehicles, we are pleased to introduce absolutely new combat aircraft of Italy. The combat aviation of Italy has a rich and interesting history. By the beginning of World War II, Italy had one of the largest air forces in the world, only battered by the Soviets. Not so sure about that, but alright. Italian aircraft fought in Europe, Africa, the Mediterranean, English, and on the Eastern Front. The gifted Italian engineers designed beautiful aircraft, and many of them were a challenging match for their opponents. We are happy to introduce the full-scale research tree of the Italian Air Force. Biplanes, fast light fighters, attackers, famous three-engine bombers, and even jet fighters. Italian aircraft will become available in the closed beta test after the release of War Thunder Update 1.69. The first players who will be able to test the Italian aviation will be the ones who complete special marathon tasks or purchase early access packs in our online store. And below, these packs are the Fiat CR32 BIS, which is a biplane, rank 1 biplane. You get a decal, the Legionnaire in-game title, premium account for 7 days, and 500 golden eagles. That's £10, or your regional equivalent. The second is the Fiat G55S. This is a rank 4, I think it's an attacker aircraft, with a Scarecrow decal, and the Centurion in-game title, 15 days of premium and 1,000 golden eagles. So what do I think about all of this? Well, I started playing War Thunder maybe 4 years ago. When I first started, I was playing it on the PC, and I've always quite liked the Italian planes that were in-game, especially the MC202. I really enjoy flying the MC202. I think it's a lot of fun. It turns very quickly, it handles very well for what aircraft it is. The 50 caliber machine guns, though, and the 7.7s for that matter, that the Italian planes get. I'll put it this way: I uploaded some footage of in the MC202 a few months ago, and the guns were performing very well. I didn't spark a lot. Most of the things I hit caught fire and burned in a fiery ball of death. It went very well. The recording went well. The video was quite impressive. So, yeah. But when I was recording footage for this video, however, I found that the 50 caliber guns didn't do so well. It appears one patch they work fine. One patch they're completely broken. They just spark off everything. It's very much like 50 caliber machine guns that the Americans have in this sense. A lot of people have said the exact same thing. Some patches they're really good, other patches they're a bit shit. So, there are some questions on this article on the War Thunder page, so I will read out a few of the questions and the answers and then give my own opinion. What happens to the Italian aircraft already in the German tech tree? They will be separated, but do we have to spade them again? And somebody replied, if you have Italian planes purchased in German tree right now, you will retain it in the German tree. Those players who started the game after 1.69 is out, or didn't get Italian planes before the update, won't be able to see and research them in the German tree anymore. They will become hidden, like the PO2 or the OS2U. As for Italian tree, as the actual Italian tree, everyone will have to unlock all the planes again, even the ones duplicated from the German tree. So all of these planes I'm flying right now, if the exact same model is in the Italian tech tree, I'm going to have to research it again. But I'm fine with that. Two versions of the same plane. Some of them may have different camouflage patterns. I would hardly call myself a collector of vehicles in this game, but that does rather appeal to me personally. Of course, if you haven't researched them, it's less work, but you get less planes, so... Okay, what else? Yeah, the rest of it's just random comments. Right, let's go and have a look at the articles on these premium planes in particular, shall we? So, the Fiat CR32 is first. The CR32 is an Italian biplane fighter and was the most widely used aircraft in the Spanish Civil War. 1,211 vehicles were produced, and this nippy, quote, cricket, end quote, was exported to China, Hungary, Austria, Paraguay, Venezuela, and was licensed for production in Spain, and also formed the core of Italy's armed air force in the latter half of the 1930s. In the game, the CR32 will take its rightful place at the very roots of the Italian aviation tech tree. So it's going to be a rank 1. Well, we already know it's going to be a rank 1 slash reserve tier aircraft. This fighter will have excellent horizontal manoeuvrability, typical of all biplanes. On the other hand, it's best to avoid vertical manoeuvres in this aircraft, as you will quickly lose speed and render the plane virtually useless. That's very much a biplane in that regard. Compared to its main historical rival, the Soviet Politkovskaya I-15, the CR-32 can't compete in manoeuvrability, but it does have a higher low-altitude speed and can dive well. When comparing the CR-32 with the earlier I-16 monoplane, the situation is reversed. The I-16 is certainly the faster aircraft, while the Italian plane is the favourite when it comes to manoeuvres. Okay, so the frontal armament. Two large caliber Breda SAFAT machine guns, these are 50 caliber machine guns, will be a compelling show of force in the hands of the player, since even a short burst of 12.7mm explosive rounds can detach an opponent's wing or set a fire to their fuel tank. The ability to carry several small bombs when necessary allows you to temporarily recast the CR-32 quarter as a light attacker and suppress anti-air resistance. The aircraft's entire load carrying structure is made of metal, which means that it can withstand serious damage and still make it back to the airfield in cases when virtually all similar fighter aircraft would have long dropped out of the sky. So it's fairly durable. This plane will appear in update 1.69. It will be a reserve aircraft in the Italian aviation tech tree. All pilots are advised to bring their sunscreen, and as they'll soon be in the sweltering skies of Spain battling it out in fiery and furious turning engagements. Wonderful. So that's the CR-32. I'm not a massive fan of biplanes, to be honest. I've never liked them very much. The Russian ones I thought were always the easiest, but that was just because they had the best guns, or more of them. That's all I have to say about that, really. Another biplane. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's an Italian biplane, but right now, this is the one I'm interested in. I should once again point out that these are both premium planes, okay? Although I imagine there are going to be standard versions of them in the tech tree. Oh, that looks gorgeous. I really wish I could do this on the internet, you know, like some other people do, rather than having to do it on voiceover layers from game footage, because that is a gorgeous plane. The G55 is a late war monoplane fighter developed by Fiat in an attempt to provide Italian pilots with an answer to the most modern Allied aircraft of the day. Meet what was deemed by even some Luftwaffe seniors as the best Axis fighter in War Thunder Update 1.69. That is a very bold claim, but I guess time will tell. In War Thunder, the G55 Centauro I think that's how you pronounce that, will be a must-have for connoisseurs of high-altitude dogfighting thanks to the powerful engine and sleek aerodynamic design. The Centauro will provide its pilots with not only exceptional performance at altitude, but also with smooth handling overall. For being a late war Italian fighter, it goes without saying that the G55 sported a fearsome array of weaponry. Nearly all versions were armed with a combination of several high-caliber machine guns and 20mm cannons. A unique version of the G55 was the Scilurante prototype torpedo bomber, it says in brackets. The G55S, as it was designed, was a conversion of the Series 1 variant, which traded its nose-mounted heavy machine guns for a torpedo pylon capable of carrying a 987, that's nearly a ton, torpedo, mounted on the underside of the fuselage. However, the project never left prototype stage as further development and production was hindered by the armistice in 1943. In short, the G55 and its variants are sure to present themselves as more than worthy adversaries to not only opponents in the air but also hostile targets on the high seas. The Centaur is preparing to join the ranks of the Italian research tree in update 1.69, and we hope to see you there. So I think the premium version that we're getting to buy ourselves into the Italian tech tree, assuming that you can be bothered to spend, how much was it again? I think it's £30 roughly. Yeah, 30 quid. Assuming you can be bothered to spend 30 quid on it, it's going to be the dive bomb version, the G55S. I have no complaint about that, just suppose you could fly it without the torpedo on, but that kind of defeats the point. It's going to be a very heavy plane with the pylons attached to it anyway, which is going to hinder its maneuverability. It's going to be dodgy, you know? So that's all I really have to say about that, to be honest. Okay, so just to recap, the planes are going to be coming in the 1.69 patch, and the 1.69 patch is presumably maybe about if I had to guess, I'd say a month away. Normally, when the dev server goes up, you know that it's going to be released. The patch, I mean, is going to be released from between, say, 1 week and 2 weeks after the release of the dev server. So we'll have to keep our eyes open for that, see when the dev server goes up, and then go from there. Anyway, people, thank you very much for watching the video. This piece of footage is almost finished. I don't know whether I should keep this up or fade to black, or I'll tell you what, I'll fade it to black after this video, after this game has ended. I mean, the highlight of the game is pretty much already gone by, but if you want to stick around, then you can carry on. That's fine by me. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new to this channel, please like, share and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Or give me a dislike if you weren't a fan of the video, that's fine too. Leave me a comment, you know, give me some ideas on how I can improve. Yeah, so, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all